Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a Streaming Freedom video bulletin. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Skyrim mod showcase on the PlayStation 4, I am making an updated video to a video that I did just recently post, and that is to a mod that is in the work in progress section by Cyan49 that is called ArmorRecolorTest1. The reason that I am making this video is for two reasons, because he did just recently update it and added a bunch of new colors. Pretty much all the armors, at least as far as the Dark Seducer armor, has been changed, so I wanted to show that. And also because Cyan49 needs the help of the community in being able to see these changes, because he states in this comment here that it is not visible on his PC. So he needs feedback from the community with photos and videos, and I'm more than happy to help him out with this so that he can see his work. I'm very grateful to him that he has made some recolored versions of the Dark Seducer and Golden Saint armor. So I already have it installed and downloaded. Now if you are somebody who had the previous version and you liked the armor color variations that it had, you do need to know if you update, you are going to lose those color variations as they were completely changed. The armor that you are currently seeing is the vanilla version of the Dark Seducer armor. I wanted to show that first again like I did last time. And now we will take a look at the new armor color variations that Cyan49 has done. And again, please remember that this is a work in progress, but I think these are very good. I'm going to remove her normal Dark Seducer armor and then give her the other ones one by one so that we can see the changes. So this is the Dark Seducer armor number 1. And as you can see, if you've seen the previous video, you will already notice this one is completely colored. It is a kind of a, I'd say, dark and dullish looking red, kind of beat up looking red. The skirt has a little bit of green and red mixed in, and the top and skirt completely match on this one, unlike in the previous versions where the armor section of the chest plate was still more of a, I'd say, dull metal look with a hint of the color to it. But this here, the chest plate, completely matches the skirt section. Now as you can see here, some of these are a little bit out of order. We'll get back to those. I'm going to go ahead and do them in the order they're supposed to be. And this is the second armor. This one here looks to be kind of a, maybe a dark bluish with a green skirt. Some of them are kind of hard to be able to tell exactly what they are. I'm going by what they were the last time because they seem to kind of match up, but they are completely recolored. Because again, the top before was kind of like a metal look to it, but it is a little hard to tell on some of them because they're not listed by color. It still looks really good though. I really like the way this one looks. It really looks good on her, I think. I was a fan of some of the previous armors too, but I like it. It's a mixture of both. I do like. Here we have armor number 3, and this one is a purple. It's got a purple skirt and a purple chest plate. And again, these are just for the upper body. The gauntlets, the boots, and the helmet has not been changed in any way, and they're not even added with the mod. This is just for this. However, I do think that the gauntlets, the vanilla gauntlets and vanilla boots look perfectly fine with this recolored armor. They work just fine with it, so I'm happy with the chest piece and the skirt piece being different colors. Okay, so now let's take a look at the fourth one, and this one is, it looks to be kind of the gold one again that we've seen previously. The top again is completely colored to match the skirt, and this would kind of be like a much better looking, in my opinion, for obvious reasons, version of the Golden Saint armor. I definitely like the Dark Seducer armor much better than I like the Golden Saint armor, although I do like the Golden Saint armor as well. So let's go back in here now and take that from her and take a look at the fifth armor piece. And again, there were several more armor pieces added in the Dark Seducer category, which I'm glad he did, since that is my favorite part of it. This one here is this is the 5th one, and it is got a green looking skirt, and I'd say a either light black or a gray, which is light black, but a gray chest piece to it. Looks pretty good. I like it. But I am definitely a fan of the Seducer armor, so I'm glad that he did add a bunch of more variations into it. Last time I think there were maybe 5, and I think there's 11 this time. Here is number 6. This is an all green one, and as you can see, this here is completely green top and green skirt. This would be really good, I think, for like an elf character build or an elf follower, like a wood elf or something. Or if you're maybe a mage that's into like nature or something, anything like that, I think that would work really well with that.
I'm right behind you.
And also, I do just want to say real quickly that I do realize that this video will be 21 minutes long, but the reason that I am not really making cuts and edits is because there really wouldn't be that much to cut out. It doesn't take too long to change her, but also I want to show it in its entirety. Here we go with the 7th one, and this one is an all gray looking outfit. Again, looks good on her. I like it. Gray skirt and gray chest piece. But I want to show this in its entirety for 2 reasons. One, because I figure it's the best way to help Cyan49 out so that he can get a really good look at the armor variations that he made, since they aren't showing up on his PC, as well as for any viewers that possibly downloaded the last one before you decide to change it. I really want to give you a good look at the armor so you can decide, do you want to keep the previous one that you had, or do you want to update it? Otherwise, if I only showed you a few, it really wouldn't help anybody. So that is the reason for the link to this video. Here is the 8th one, and this is another red variant, a much darker red variant than the previous one that we saw. Really good. I really think this would work very well on a vampire build or on a vampire follower like Serana. It even looks pretty good on Lydia. So I do believe there are 3 red variations of the armor. The first and the second one are the best. I'd say probably the second one is the best looking red in my opinion, but the first one looked good too. So that was the 8th armor. We'll take that from her. So the next armor coming up, which is going to be Armor 9, I believe it is. Yeah, Armor 9. I can't really tell. Originally I thought it was kind of perhaps pink, but it doesn't really look pink. I think this is more of like a really vibrant red. And there is a pink one coming up. I believe it's the next one. So that is why I'm saying that there are 3 red variations. I definitely prefer the first and the second red variation to this one, but of course there is people out there that this will be perfect for their character or their build. It's not bad by any means, it's just that I prefer the first and the second one to this one. But again, it is kind of hard to tell on some of these with the light hitting it and different things as to what the exact color is, so I could be mistaken that is a very vibrant red. Here is the 10th armor, and this one is definitely a pink. As you can see, that's why I say the other one, to me, I don't think it is pink, but this one you can definitely tell is. We got a pink skirt with a matching pink chest plate. Now, it could be the light that's really washing the chest plate out, either that or it's a mixture of pink and white. I think it's just the light hitting it.
What do you want me to carry?
And there should be one more, I think, in the Dark Seducer. Yeah, the 11th one. So there is one more in the Dark Seducer category. And that would be this one right here, which, again, I'm kind of having trouble telling what color this is. I kind of want to think a variation of blue again. It's not necessarily gray. I like it. It looks really nice. I'm not certain what one it is, but... So, I'm not the best to give the colors to. I mean, I'm not colorblind or anything, but it's just kind of hard to tell on some of these armors. Sometimes even in games when they'll list it, I know in GTA there's a jacket that's listed as red and it looks pink as all get out, so you never know. But in any case, it looks really nice. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the Golden Saint armor variations. There aren't as many as these, but I think there might have been some more added. Here is the first one. And again, I do believe I see the same theme of trying to match the colors to the previous. This, however, does look more pinkish to me than red. Or maybe it's a mixture of both. This was kind of the same thing that happened the last time with the Golden Saint armor. As you can see, the entire piece does match.
I'm right behind you.
Now we'll take a look at the second one. Also, when I was shooting this video, I was still extremely tired. I haven't been feeling the best lately, so there'll be times that I got a little lost in the menus, like right there where I was looking in the wrong armor. I was going to my favorites. Here is the Golden Saint armor number 2, and this one I would say is kind of again, maybe a really light bluish, just going by what the other armor was. Perhaps a little bit gray. It's, again, kind of hard for me to tell on some of these, so sorry if I'm not giving the exact accurate colors, but it is nice looking regardless, and again, both pieces match. But, any rate, as you can tell, probably, I am still pretty tired. I also previously uploaded a video while we were looking. Here is the third Golden Saint armor variant, which this one is a very pretty purple. This looks really nice, I think, on the Golden Saint armor. Has the matching top and skirt. But I did upload a previous video, which also is a mod of Cyan49's, a very important one, I think, for console users. You might want to check out. That is a tracking and summoning spell. Because Lydia there decided to go get lost because her AI is not functioning correctly, and I couldn't find her and had to end up reverting my save. I've put a tracker on her, and she's not going to do that again. But in any case, because let's take a look here at the next one. We have the fourth one, and this is a dark red in the Golden Saint armor, as you can see. This also looks really good in it. Again, I think perfect for like a vampire follower or vampire build. By any case, because people on PC can use console commands to either teleport the character to them or go to the character, but we can't do that on console. But thanks to this mod that Cyan49 did, we can not only track where the character is at any given time as long as we put that tracking spell on them, but we can also call them to us even if they're not set as a follower. So if you're somebody that is really attached to your followers and you worry about possibly losing them, from what I understand, from what I researched, this is Golden Saint armor number 5, which is, I really like this one. It's kind of reminiscent again of like the Nordic steel, or if that's what it's called, but like the classic look of an armor. I really like this one. I would like to have one like this in the Dark Seducer category as well. But if you're somebody that's really attached to your characters, you might want to have that mod where you can keep track of them in case anything goes wrong and be able to pull them back to you so you don't lose them. From what I understand, Lydia does that quite often from the research that I've done. I don't know about the others. My version of her, this is Golden Saint armor number 6. It's a bright green. My version of her has been broken by the 121 patch, and she sometimes functions normally, and other times she does not. Getting back to this armor, I really like the way this one here, I don't know, it looks like in the chest plate, like it's actually reflecting the trees around. It could just be the way the light is hitting it, but it's really neat if it is actually reflecting that, because as she moves, you can kind of see the reflection is moving. And again, I think that would be really good for either like a nature character build or follower, or possibly like an elf build. So that was the 6th. This is the 7th Golden Saint armor, and this I do believe is one of the vibrant reds again, pinkish red mix. I'm never really clear on what this color is supposed to be, but it matches the vibrant look of the Dark Seducer armor that we previously saw.
I've got your back. What do you want me to carry?
I believe that might have been the end of the Golden Saint armor. I don't know. We'll see in a minute here. Okay, no, we had one more, the 8th one, which is a pink. This one is definitely being either washed out by the sunlight on it, or it's a mixture of pink and white. I'm not certain which. I'm thinking it's the sunlight though, because if you look at her one shoulder pad, it's pink while the other one looks completely white, so I do believe it's just the light doing that to it.
Still here.
In a darker light, this would look completely pink.
What do you want me to carry?
And now we will go ahead and put her back in her standard Dark Seducer armor, and I will wear the Vagrant Robes on my character Aragon to show what they look like. And again, some of them have been completely changed from what they originally was. Also, I do apologize that whenever I do these, I tend to be all over the place, but I'm not a professional, so I kind of go everywhere. You get used to it, or you have a nervous breakdown. Either way, I'm good. And if I could get the character to face the light, that might help. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take a look, and several of these robes have been completely altered from what they were originally. Originally, if you saw the previous video, the Vagrant Robes were more or less the same color with just the accents in the sleeves and the legs being a different color. You'll notice right away the very first Vagrant Robe is this very bright red. It has accents of yellow in the sleeves and the legs, and the matching pouch, whatever you want to call that, is also red here, as you can see. My hair also is very noticeably clipping through that because of his long hair, something I didn't really notice with the other robes. I know it was doing it, but because of the darker nature of them. So if you have a longer haired character, you might want to watch out for that. Here is the second one. This is more like what was previously in there. On the last version of the robes that I showed, I really like this one. I really like the different color. The pack is a different color. We have orange accents on the legs and on the pants. And I also really like the worn look of the leather on the chest. I'm glad that you kept that Cyan49. That looks really good on that. This is the next one, which is got a yellow variation. For a minute I had to look to see, but it is a yellow variation. The overall costume looks to be the same color. We just have a yellow on the sleeves and legs. Again, very good looking. And on these, you'll notice that my hair isn't as noticeably clipping through. It still is. I mean, you can see it if you really look, but it's not as noticeable because of his hair color. This one is, hello. Well, if you want to roleplay as a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, this is the Vagrant Robe for you. This is definitely a bright yellow, and again, my hair is very noticeable clipping through that, but yeah, that's a very interesting color choice there, Cyan. So that is the 4th robe, and this is the 5th and final robe, which is a blue or maybe a purple, kind of a mixture of both, kind of more blue looking to me, especially on the back where the light isn't hitting it. And so that is the Vagrant Robes, and that is the end of the Dark Seducer, Golden Saint, and Vagrant Robes that were added in with this mod. Overall, definitely have some that I really like. A couple of the older ones that I did like that were more of like a steel look to them that I thought was nice on the Dark Seducer. But still, definitely enjoy it, and just want to say thank you to Cyan49 for taking the time to create these variations with that fantastic armor. The Dark Seducer armor, for obvious reasons there, is some of my favorite in the game. I really liked when it was added in. I am glad they gave us that Saints and Seducers category. And I haven't really seen anybody trying to do any color variations of it. So a big thank you to Cyan49 that you did these. And I hope that this video will help you out in being able to see the different variations that you created. So I will show a picture for the 3 red Dark Seducers, since there were like 3 variations of that, just so that you can kind of see them side by side, because I know as going back and forth, it kind of gets hard to remember exactly what they looked like. That way you can see what all 3 of them look like. But in any case, there will be a link to Cyan49's YouTube channel in the description box down below. Just hit show more, as I almost always post the links to channels at near the very bottom of the description. And again, a thank you to Cyan49 for creating these. And a big thank you to you if you made it all the way through the video for 21 minutes of trying on clothes. But hey, she looks good in them. Thank you, friends, for watching the video. Take care.